The amazing journey of Royal Knights Cricket Club in 2015 and 16. Knights completed 2 great years of cricket in Michigan before entering the new year of 2015 for their 3rd cricket season in Michigan. The Knights concluded their 2014 season by lifting the kickoff T20 tournament under the captaincy of Konda Reddy and reaching the T20 Trophy Division semi-finals yet again like they did in the inaugural year of 2013. The 40-over team also made good improvements in the first 2 years but still fell short of qualifying to the playoff. The club under the able hands of Ephraim Bruno as the secretary of the Knights earned great respect from the Mishka League and other clubs, which opened doors for the many new players to show willingness to join RKCC. It was now time for Knights to expand and step up in their 3rd year. So RKCC started their campaign with the Banquet Indoor Tournament in January 2015 with a new captain, Victor, who just returned after a couple of years break in India. Ten teams, 5 matches, top 6 teams to proceed to playoff. Knights played the first 3 matches with no wins, which meant the path to playoffs is not open yet. Will things turn around in the 4th game? Knights finally were able to put up a good total on board against mighty Warriors team and defended the total with amazing bowling performance. One more match to play, but the doors to playoff opened due to other permutations and combinations. Knights, however, had to win their last league encounter against Warriors team to sneak into the 6th position. One more amazing game and a nail-biting thriller which went all the way down to the last ball of the match. In the end, RKCC pushed aside Warriors by 1 run to storm into the playoff. Quarterfinals match with Sinha was another thriller, with RKCC this time had to chase down a huge target but lost wickets at regular intervals. Vice captain Krishna Berry played an anchor role with newcomer Saurabh giving the finishing touches in style with just 2 wickets in hand. Chargers batted first, but the wise counsel of Victor and Krishna Berry, who knew each batsman's strength of Chargers, planned the attack meticulously and restricted Chargers to a below par total. Then it was the turn of 4 Knights to bat beautifully and shock the hell out of Chargers in quick time for a grand entry to the finals of the tournament. Siva blasted the opening bowlers while Rahul unleashed a leather hunt in the second half with an unbeaten 42. One game at a time was the mantra of Knights before the tournament started, and it was a dream run for the Knights, peaking at the right time to reach the final and lifting the runners-up trophy.
We started from nowhere, so probably these guys know, right? We lost first 3 games, and then we had like 50% of new people, so there's a great recruitment going on on our side. Started, getting results. So the fourth game and fifth game, and then we sneaked into a better run rate into the quarterfinals, and then they helped us too by blasting the other teams. These are my vice
Victor, come on,
come, three of us. No, you come.
RKCC, good job. Let the name be clear.
He's trying to do Thank you guys. Thank you.
With that great start to the year and more new players joining RKCC, the Knights management team had no hesitation to announce 2 separate teams for the summer regular season. So, Terminators and Transformers, they were called. Veterans Ephraim and Victor were entrusted to lead the F40 teams respectively, while Konda Reddy continued to lead the T20 Terminators team. Michigan League had their elections completed, with a new chairman being elected for the next 2 years. Ephraim Bruno was then requested by Michigan League chairman to take up the secretary role of the league, which he accepted after convincing Victor to take up the secretary role of RKCC. The GLT kickoff tournament was used as a testing ground for new players and accordingly placed in the Terminators and Transformers teams. Regular league started early this time in May, and the Knights grew from strength to strength. Terminators showed their class, raking up points in both the F40 and T20 formats, while Transformers did the same in T20 format and came close in most of the F40 matches. Few more players had to be added to fill in due to availability issues. RKCC management had some tough times to get 48 players to play in a weekend for RKCC. By the end of the league stage, RKCC roster had 60 active players registered in the league, though some played 1 or 2 games as guests. Terminators F40 team showed solid batting power in both the formats, with Giri, Rahul, Srini, Ganesh and Sandeep as the top 5, while Karthik was outstanding in the bowling department. Rahul, Giri and Shiv were again the top batsmen for Terminators in the T20 format, while Saurabh stole the show in bowling department. Terminators finally reached the playoffs in their 3rd year in Michigan. For F40 and T20 was business as usual. Transformers posted 1 great win in the 40 overs league and had many close games, including the one against our very own Terminators. The highlight was Transformers batsmen batting all the 40 overs while chasing against Terminators. Transformers Anupam Sharma and Mahboob did well in the batting department, while Rajinikanth and Avinash Chettipalli did well in the bowling department. Transformers exceeded the expectations in the T20 format by upsetting the top placed team and taking the 2nd position on the points table. Ephraim and Nepo led the batting while Victor took care of the bowling department. At the end of the league stage, Terminators team were placed comfortably in the 4th position in both the formats, while Transformers were placed in the 2nd position in the T20 plate division. So, 3 out of the 4 teams in the playoffs for RKCC was an excellent overall effort. Terminators faced MDCC in the quarterfinals and batted first. Srini opened the innings and was rock solid to compile a neat half-century, while Giri narrowly missed his half-century. Gunnar provided the quick-fire knock needed to boost the run rate, and the lower order also chipped in to compile a good overall total of 244 runs. MDCC, however, had Amer, who had represented USA team in the past, who showed his class and to compile a quick half-century to lead the fight back. Knights, however, didn't lose their patience and waited till Ephraim and Karthik picked up 7 wickets between them to put the lid on MDCC and marched on to the semis. Terminators had an easy outing in the T20 against DEP, but Transformers had availability issues and lost their quarters to end a wonderful campaign. Terminators faced off DSKC, who had few star players, and it is always memorable playing against our friendly DSKC team. RKCC had their worst start batting first in drizzling conditions, but Karthik and Sandeep rescued the team to post a respectable 173 runs on board. Srini, who was brought by Ephraim to open the bowling with Amit, had a dream start by picking 2 wickets in his first 2 deliveries to shock DSK. Amit picked up Salil to put DSK on the back foot. Prasanna, who is known for his sheet anchor roles, was in the middle, but Knights had Karthik, who put his heart out and ripped through the DSK lineup with a 5-wicket burst in just 6.3 overs to wrap up the match in Knights' favour. It was a dream come true for RKCC to storm into the prestigious 40-over league finals against the previous year champion Novi team. After a wonderful 2015 season, RKCC moves on to the 4th year in Michigan cricket, starting with the indoor tournament. The indoor tournament is a 15 overs quick innings with a bit of modified rules to suit the indoor dome. The Great Lakes Dome was pulled down during the winter, and hence Michigan League had to look for alternatives. And they found the Auburn Hills Golf Dome with new turf and much improved lighting, and also had 65 yards straight boundary. The tournament fee was however increased to cater to the new dome cost, and hence only 6 teams signed up this time. Top 4 teams to proceed to the semi. RKCC missed Krishna Berry as he got hurt in the previous indoor tournament after leading the bowling charts of the tournament. Victor convinced the reluctant Karthik, the F40 bowling topper of the league, to play the indoor tournament, which proved a masterstroke in the end. RKCC didn't have much trouble to notch a big win against MDCC, but TCAT team proved a tough opponent, with the match slipping away trying to defend a small total. Karthik, however, off the last over, had to defend only 4 runs, and he pulled it back to tie a thrill. RKCC reached the second spot after the 5 league games and faced off the young and energetic Warriors team, which had few of our own RKCC youth from Wayne State. RKCC set up a good total on board first and had to defend the total against the youngsters. The Knights were delighted to reach the finals in consecutive years and had to face GDCC team in the final. Dilip provided the initial firework by picking up 3 quick wickets along with Efren, who picked up couple. But GDCC still managed to compile a good total, which went beyond the Knights' reach, which meant yet another runners-up trophy.
ಹೌದಾ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷನ್
Tight bowling, 86 defending in this ground, a little bit error would have gone anyway. So I would like to bring the captain of RKCC first. So
First half, excellent show by GDCC. So we thought
Karthik.
we need audit here, you know. I already
flash. बीच में आ जाओ
exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.